Okay, Lauren, let's have a look at this book. Both books, actually, I've been a whiz through them. And I know you're concerned that there's not a great deal in them. That's right, but I've got to say, this is one of the better mind maps I've seen. I think visually, you've done an excellent job. The whole kind of dynamics and range of ways of recording your thoughts and visualizing them in the mind map, I really think is excellent. I think that's really impressive bit of work you've done there. As you go into the book, we start to see further exploration. I think it would be good to put some more time in. I know we've got there's lots to do, but I do think that you're going to need to spend a little bit more time refining some of these drawings, working on them a little bit more. And there's room to do that. I think keeping all your practices as well as the final pieces is also a thing to do. Usually more time put into fine tuning these pieces, but an interesting range of choice of material to work on. Very good to see your own person that you found coming in at this stage. I think that's very exciting. I like this page. I like the layout of it and the kind of potential that it offers. Again, strong visual work, very, very nicely laid out, thinking about the distribution of notes across the page and so on. So I think it's very promising. I think you're very capable. We just need to see more materialise. And this comes on again, comes again through the page such as this, where we've got some diagrams which serve to reflect on the method of a particular technique that you've looked at. It might be nice to see also here some other kind of mind mapping as to what sort of outcome you might come up with yourself. Here is some of the work, and again, I would be more ambitious with this. I think this is the sort of thing that could be outside of the book and starting to become some kind of outcome. It's technically interesting. It's also conceptually interesting. Jenny Saville, Lucian Freud. These pages look less inspired somehow. I think if there's work that you don't want to pursue or you don't want to look at, then saying explicitly why is worth doing here. But also, there's always things you can get out of work, even if you don't like it. And I would suggest that a healthy criticism might be in order, as well as a kind of an appreciation or an interpretation which is very much your own. So yeah, using that visual skill that you have, some kind of interpretation of these works, which is not necessarily a copy, but just a moving away from what you have started to look at. Interesting layout page. It'd be good to see a number of outcomes, photographic outcomes. So you've got, say, 15 different types photograph, and you choose which one. You can start to indicate which one you prefer, or you feel like fits in more to the sort of purpose and direction of the work that you're thinking to pursue. So some experience in monoprinting, some notes. Again, sort of intriguing inclusion of some imagery. It would be nice to see more of a choice in the imagery, perhaps, and other artists that might come in here to help to explore what is you're doing. You've got some very interesting little kind of starting points that could lead in all kinds of directions. This continues. Oops, upside down on that page. It continues on to these sort of semi-abstract images, and I think you should go with your gut feeling in terms of where to take this. And the silhouettes is a very interesting way to go, and Kara Walker, and having some kind of sense of the history, but also the politics behind the work. This seems like a bit of a jump from what could be a number of starting points early on. I think I feel very intrigued by these, and I feel intrigued by the images pressed against glass. I feel like the need for a sort of a mind map to cement what it is that you've done together a little bit more, and to not lose some of the investigations that you've made. as you move on. So again, interesting images. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see these. You play with these, possibly the darkroom. I'd like to see some more contrasts and write up. I'm sure you're about to do some write up of why these particular images and the significance of the silhouette. Now, again, a really thorough mind map. Impressive stuff. Perhaps there's imagery you could use, photographic imagery you could use to supplement this. The Tony Orsler, nice to see the sort of layout, the quotes, the analysis. These are good pages you're putting together here, and useful little beginnings of an experiment here with the Hannah Hock. I think lots of potential. So I'm seeing this as being a bit of a catch up from a number of lessons that you've missed. But one where you do have a lot of potential, you're going to need to put an awful lot of work in, as I'm sure you're aware, to make this more substantial. But I think if you do that, the way you're headed with it, you would be looking at a good grade in terms of the quality. I think the key thing to remember here is drawing all the threads of the experimentation together so that you start to produce an outcome where the purpose of it, the kind of understanding and identity of it is kind of matures. It sort of is given a number of stages to allow it to develop into something more significant and personal and refined. We are. I think it's very important that you come to catch up. Mondays and Tuesdays in 0106 is very good because the room is relatively free, or at least there are sixth form groups working in there. So finding a spot and just having a good run on a Monday or a Tuesday, if it's possible, running until after school, I think would really help these develop into some quality books.